While Americans are waiting to see whether or not this country is going to correct what they did incorrectly when they deported Kilmar Garcia to El Salvador. Now, this guy was legally in the United States. However, he was deported by this crazy, mentally ill, deranged administration who will not take ownership for the mistake that they done. But now they are it's not seemingly, they are really mocking this family, making a joke of what they did, and still calling this man a criminal despite he is not a criminal.
Judge ordering the Trump administration to bring the Maryland man mistakenly sent to El Salvador back to the U.S. by Monday. Kilmar Armando Garcia was taken into custody by ICE officers last month and accused of being a gang member. But the Trump administration later acknowledged that the migrant's deportation was the result of an administrative error. Still, officials say that there's little they can do to bring him back from this notorious prison where they sent him. We'll track it.
So listen to this. This guy was illegally, and it's illegal because he was a citizen. He was here in the United States. So this wacky administration done deported somebody that is supposed to be in this country back somewhere where they are not supposed to be. Now they done sent this man to El Salvador and cannot even get him back. What kind of crazy ass administration is this? This is who y'all elected to be president, a whole dumb idiot. How do you send somebody to El Salvador that's not supposed to be there, and now your dumb ass can't even bring them back? Listen to what his wife had to say.
From the wife of a man who was mistakenly deported to a notorious prison in El Salvador. He was on one of those planes full of migrants deported without due process last month, even though, listen to this, he had been given protected immigration status by a judge back in 2019. Now, the White House claims he is a dangerous criminal, but they have provided no evidence of that. His wife told our Camilo Montoyo Galvez he was just trying to follow the rules.
I waited and waited. He never made that call.
Jennifer says when her husband, Kilmar Garcia, was detained and mistakenly deported by immigration authorities in March, he told her he could be sent to Secot, the notorious Salvadorian prison.
I was scared. I was very scared.
Why?
Because I've seen news of that prison, and I knew they take criminals there, and my husband's not a...
From the wife of a man.
So here's the deal. He's over there in El Salvador, but this crazy administration that you all hired, because I would never vote for a criminal and definitely a convict that have over 20-something felonies all at the same time. Like, you got to be a whole idiot to vote for somebody like this. So not only did this criminal administration make a mistake, they are mocking the family, making a joke about it. And then this weird, crazy pedo, because the man is a pedo, president, sits around and now jokes with the president of El Salvador, which he's sitting with the president of El Salvador. He can actually work out something to bring this man back home into his family. But this idiot jokes about it and continuously calls this man a criminal, a gang member, when this man is not a gang member. He is not a criminal, and he was illegally deported to a country when he was not supposed to be deported. They made a mistake, and this man is refusing to correct the mistake that he made, but steady making a mockery out of this man and his family. This is sick and disgusting.
Can President
Bukele weigh in on this? Do you plan to return him?
Well, I'm suppose you're not suggesting that I smuggle a terrorist into the United States, right?
It's always there.
So I don't know if you guys can hear that, but he's sitting down with this prick Donald Trump, who I have no respect for. And they're asking him, does he have any plans to return, Mr. Garcia, who was illegally deported to his country? And he makes a joke as he sits down with Donald Trump, the criminal pedophile. Yes, that's what he is. And makes a joke like, no, we're not sending criminals back to the United States when there is no data that this man is a criminal. In fact, a judge allowed him to be here and away from the same prison that they just sent him to save his life. Now, people are saying this man could be deceased, and this is who y'all elected to sit up here and make jokes, lying, saying that this man is a criminal when he is not a criminal, and practically making jokes about him being there and saying that they are not going to bring him back.
How can I return him to the United States? Like, I smuggle him into the United States, or what do I do? Of course, I'm not going to do it. It's like.
So this is a guy that Donald Trump has the ability to kind of make some kind of deal with, to tell him, bring this guy back. And they are making a joke about it. This man needs to be arrested. Donald Trump needs to have his criminal ass in jail.
I mean, the question is preposterous. How can I smuggle a terrorist into the United States?
How can I smuggle a terrorist into the United States? This guy is not a terrorist. He's not a terrorist. Do you see how Donald Trump is a mental deranged lunatic liar? So he sits with this man, not even correcting anything that he's saying, but then he'll make a joke about it and say, we want illegal criminal gang members in the United States. He's referencing this man as a criminal. His family needs to sue the brakes off of Donald Trump, because this is ridiculous. It's preposterous to send somebody who is a legal citizen to El Salvador.
I don't have the power to return him to the United States.
But you can release him inside El Salvador.
Yeah, but I'm not releasing. I mean, we're not very fond of releasing terrorists into our country. I mean, we just turned the murder capital of the world into the safest country of the Western Hemisphere, and you want us to go back into the releasing criminals so we can go back to being the murder capital of the world? No, that's not going to happen.
Well, they'd love to have a criminal, released into
I mean, there's a fascination.
They would love it.
Yeah,
they're sick. These are sick people.
He says these are sick people. They would love to have it, but maybe partially what Donald Trump said is true, because in all honesty, they are sick people. They are sick people to allow a pedophile criminal such as himself to be the president. So I have to agree with them on that. They are sick, because who in the hell has a president with 30 felonies on their record and more shit waiting to be charged when he leave this White House? So he's right about that. They are a bunch of sick people, but he's a sick person that I have no respect for, and he needs to go.